This is a regular meeting of the Shawnee Board of Adjustment for, the date is March the 19th of 2026. Could I have a roll call, please?
All right. Roll call. Austin? Here. Kelly?
Here.
Dyer? Nickerson? Here. Hennon?
Here.
All right, we have a quorum.
Okay, so moving on to the agenda, our first order of business is the election of a vice chair. So any nominations for that?
I would like to nominate Frank to be the vice chair.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Being there's a nomination and a second, we'll go to a vote.
All right. Austin? Aye. Kelly?
Aye.
Nickerson?
Aye.
Hennon?
Aye.
All right, motion passes.
Okay, item number 3, public hearing and consideration of a request to allow an additional 150.47 square feet of signage.
Pardon me.
Yes,
I believe we've skipped over item number 2.
I did, apologies. Item number 2, consideration of approval of the minutes from the December 18th, 2025 business meeting.
I recommend approval of the minutes from December 18th, 2025 regular meeting.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Austin?
Aye.
Kelly?
Aye.
Nickerson?
Aye.
Hennon?
Abstain. I wasn't here.
All right, motion passes.
Okay. Item number 3, public hearing and consideration of a request to allow an additional 150.47 square feet of signage according to section 22-216.m of the United Development Code. Case number BOA 01-26. Applicant, Walmart, in care of Synergy, Mary Carwell, Jennifer Cobbs, and Ashley Darby. So, staff, do we have a report on this?
We do. Thank you for the introduction, and hello, Board of Adjustment. You already know, my name is Diana Hood, I'm the city planner. As stated, this is a request for a variance to section 22-216M of the Unified Development Code to allow for an additional 150.47 square feet of signage. It is located at the property addressed as 196 Shawnee Mall Drive. You may be familiar with it as the Walmart up by Shawnee Mall. So Walmart Stores is in the process of updating and replacing the signage at this location. And the proposed amount of incidental signage, what we would refer to as directional or incidental or accessory signage, exceeds the current maximum allowed, and that maximum is based on the overall size of the property. So for a property of the same size as the property where Walmart is located, the maximum cumulative square feet of signage allowed is 125 square feet. This request is to exceed this maximum by 150.47 square feet, which is a 120% increase for a cumulative total of 275.47 square feet of signage. You'll see I've included in your packet some definitions from the code of incidental signage. Generally speaking, it's a small permanent sign other than a flag, speaker board, or walk-up board. It can be freestanding or attached to a building and is in addition to the primary sign of the property.
May I ask a question? By incidental signage, after I was looking at the packet before the meeting, that means like the directional signs, like tire shop, not,
Yeah.
we're not just talking about the sign.
Yeah, we're not talking about the
Okay.
Walmart logo and
By
we're talking
total-
about pharmacy, home,
Right.
grocery, stuff
By
like that.
total, we mean the total number of all the signs combined,
The total square footage of all those.
total
signs
square
combined.
footage.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is the square footage is the entire sign, not just the lettering? Or
It makes it easier for everyone to calculate if you have the channel lettering, and then you just draw a little rectangle around the lettering, and you say, these are the dimensions.
Okay.
Because it would get real complicated real fast if we tried to calculate the dimensions of each and every little letter.
Right.
No, I understand that, but like this drawing has a big blue area around the auto care, and I didn't know if that was included in that as well.
Let's see,
Or it's just the lettering.
which page are you referring to?
It's toward the back, it's probably page 43.
43. Okay, yeah, no, that whole blue section, that's not the sign.
Okay.
It's just essentially, if you drew a little rectangle around the words auto care, that's what we're considering signage.
Thank you.
Is there any more initial questions? We'll have another opportunity as we go through to ask questions.
I have one. Are the signs attached to the building?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I believe we need to open a public hearing then and have the people speak at this point, don't we? Or will we?
Still have a little bit of the staff report to go through.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
My-
So the current zoning of this property is C2, which is regional commercial. And as required by both state statute and city ordinance, staff has sent out public notice and has received no objections filed with us back. I've also included the criteria that the board must find to be met as a reminder for you. And let's see. There should be in your packet a copy of the full section from the development code. Based on the information that's been provided to staff and that we've been able to provide to you, staff recommends denial of the request because it does not appear to meet the criteria required for a variance. Are there any questions for staff?
I have questions for them, but no, I think we're good.
Okay, thank you. With that, I believe we'll open the public hearing of case BOA 1-26. Is there anybody that representing the applicant that wishes to speak today?
Yeah, Maury Ross for the architect.
Okay, would you please come up to the podium and sign in and then...
Twist.
Thank you. Could you explain to us why you think you need a variance and what you guys want to do?
So, the variance, I think, I guess the biggest question, I spent some time out at the site earlier today, I got here a little early and drove by, and I think the biggest question I have is based on the context in the adjacency to the Shawnee Mall. And also that coupled with, so the signage that's included in the mall, and I understand that the malls are treated a little bit differently because you have multi-tenants, multiple spaces owned by, different clients, different owners, developers. It's not just one entity like the Walmart is. And then also you have the adjacent development just to the east, I believe, a little strip mall that's got, multiple tenants. I think within the context, and then considering the fact that, initially this building was, when it was built, had a much larger amount of signage. And over the years, Walmart has taken a lot of steps to reduce that signage square foot on the face of the building. And at this point, right now, as it's designed and what you're looking at, there's a net reduction of almost 432 square feet. And honestly, they even went a little bit smaller with their main sign badge, just to be able to try to get it as close to meet the intent of the ordinance, and hopefully still be able to have their new modern directional wayfinding, the auto center. Yes, that's on the back side, it's not necessarily visible. But one of the things that I noticed as I was driving over was, even from the roadside, the signage that exists, it's on the building now, aside from the main sign badge, is kind of challenging a little bit to pick up on. And that I would even include the tenant signage just for the tenants that are within Walmart. You really can't even really pick up on those until you get into the parking lot if you're on the building frontage road. So I guess I was just trying to understand, what is the real intent of the signage ordinance, the change that was made? Because I understand you also don't want just a big pile of signs. It gets distracting, it gets a bit problematic, and just doesn't look good. So I think just based on that and their effort to drastically reduce the amount of signage square footage they currently have even more, I feel like we've met the intent behind the covenant update. And also putting that within the context of what you can see on the mall. I feel like it's justified for that reason.
So my understanding is if you were just refacing the signs, it wouldn't change. It's because they're coming down and new ones are going up, is what?
Yes, Walmart made some fairly recent changes to their exterior branding and their signage. The large Spark sign is going away. It's going back to a more, in line with what they used to do with the Walmart, and then the smaller Spark sign. And you can see that on detail 1 on the A2 elevation sheet. Most of the entry signage is staying pretty close to the same as far as the font size of the signs on the 2 vestibule entries. One will be changing to Home and Fashion, the other side will be Grocery, and then they moved the pharmacy sign up onto the wall adjacent to the Home and Fashion entry, I believe. And then the other 2, I think they even reduced slightly the size of they're replacing the outdoor sales and the directional signage for the auto center and the arrow are reducing as well. And then I think they reduced the pickup sign on the Grocery side of the building. And also they're eliminating the blue waterfall paint badge behind it.
Any other questions?
So it's just really adding more directionals to your buildings. I
That-
was trying to figure
For
out
sure.
where the
Yes,
big
ma'am.
differences come from. I know you just went through them, but
But basically what you have up there right now, are you reducing what's currently there or what was there originally when it was?
the Spark
Both.
sign wasn't there?
Both.
Yeah.
The Spark wasn't there?
The Spark it depends on how far you go back. The Spark that's there now is much larger than what it used to be, and I think probably what it was previously. I think the overall net reduction in signage, that number, I think the 450 or 432 square feet reduction that's the net reduction, I think, from back to the beginning when the building was originally built, the signage that was in place at that point in time to now. And then, the reduction of the size of the main sign badge on the front wall, getting it back down to their more reasonable, what they see as a more reasonable and brand feel. But yes, all the rest of the signage is primarily directional services, things like that, indication of location of services.
And is the intent for it to be easier for people that come into the store to
Yes.
see, to know their way around,
Correct.
basically? Because really, it's not feasible up on the highway or the frontage to see all that, because it's too far back, I would think.
I would agree, yeah, they're more concerned about their main sign badge at that point, for sure, because, and they've also got the pylon sign that's gonna give direction, like, here we are. But I think my observation was more from, I was actually on the site in the back of the lot, actually had lunch with Hannah right there, so took some time to look at it. And I think that's where I noticed that, you know, even the vestibule signage is a bit tight, and that may just be my old eyes.
I mean, as a resident, I get all of it, and I appreciate it, because that parking lot is madness, no matter what time of the day you go in there, right? So it helps you, I get that, I get where that's coming from.
Excuse me.
After hearing and understanding, did we try to find a way to meet in the middle with you guys? Like, did y'all try to find a way to meet in the middle, and you made recommendations to them on things that they could cut? Yeah?
The easiest way to meet in the middle was for it to, for the signs to be essentially restored or refaced instead of completely replaced. Because that would allow them to keep the amount of signage that they have. They would be allowed to keep it without having to come into conformity with the new code. But by completely replacing the signs, then it has to come into conformity with new code because it's a completely new installation.
And I will back it up, this is pretty much standard principle. Some situations are grandfathered, and if it's just repair of the existing, that's not a violation, but if it's completely new, that didn't exist before, it falls under the new code. That's a very standard principle, not just for signs, for everything.
And I get, you have a very valid point with the mole and the size, and I think your argument was well, but we still have to fall within like our guidelines of what we have to do. So, like in my opinion, I'm thinking like we just redid our code, but like I get what you're saying from your perspective. If it's a larger square footage signage, the difference between 5,000 and 200,000, very valid argument. But when it comes to us, we just have our 4 things that we get to go off of. We don't get a say so really on what the code is.
I would assume the intent of the code change is to control the amount of signage and what it, and how it functions in the,
This is one thing, but also we want to apply uniform principles to all businesses throughout town. We don't want to show favoritism or like, dislike, that's not the point of stuff. The code is, the purpose of the code is just to have a new modern look and again, to be uniformly distributed, to prevent signs again that are destructive or jeopardizing health and welfare of the citizens. And this is just general principles.
So would signage be different requirements if you were on city streets rather than off of the highway, which I know is a service road, but I mean, is there a difference in the code for that?
You mean private sign, like for private businesses?
No, yeah, for businesses, yes, for, or whatever.
They all fall under
They all
the
fall
same
the
rule.
same.
Yes,
As long as it's in city limits, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
yes.
So the 4 criteria that we have to go by, have you seen those?
Yes. Yeah, I believe they're enumerated in the letter. that
Okay,
we sent.
what's your response to those? I mean, how is it creating an unnecessary hardship?
So generally, we feel that it's a bit of a hardship based on the acreage on the lot acreage without consideration of building size or setback from public right-of-way. It is based on this, under the current code, a 5,000 square foot building on a 5.1 acre lot is allowed the same 125 square feet of additional signage as a 200,000 square foot building on a 10 acre lot. And so it just seemed like, and that's where we were trying to make the argument from, we're trying to meet the intent of reducing the size and the amount, the square footage of the signage as much as possible, but then, and still maintain, the directional wayfinding. And also, I think one other thing just to note, yes, they did let us know as far as the replacement or refurbishing. The vacuum letter signage makes up the majority of the signage on the building. Really, the only way you can maintain or refurbish that is just to simply replace it. And so that's why we were hoping to make, if we can get it down as much as possible, that we could accomplish that, meet that requirement. If that's possible.
Is there any other questions for the applicant?
Excuse me, sorry.
It's okay. We normally would give somebody a chance to speak in opposition. We don't have any. So we would,
Frank, still announce it because it's recorded.
Yeah.
Still announce it.
okay, so, all right, thank you. You can sit down.
Thank you.
For now.
Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we would like to open up the floor to anybody that may be opposed to this request, none being seen. Do you have anything else that you would like to say in the open hearing as far as this goes?
I think we've gotten everything out there that we
Okay.
can.
All right, then
Unless you
we,
have any other questions for me, I'm happy to answer.
any questions? Okay, well, we will close the public hearing then. Is there any other questions for staff from the board?
No, just, I mean, amongst us, I think, I'm rereading his responses. On number 3, it is hard of like, there are some things grandfathered in, right? They had 545 and now we're gonna take them down to 406. That is a big drop, which in my eyes, right, I'll go both sides of things, like in my eyes, that is only going to harden that parking lot more, make it more confusing because we're gonna take it down significantly. I also respect the UDC that we've developed as a city and what we have, but I understand like where that is coming from because that's
And they are set back from the road?
they're set back from the road quite a bit, so when you're pulling into the parking lot, if you're having to either minimize it or take things away, then people are going to be making it a little bit crazier, so I hear that point, I'm with that point. I do respect the work that the city and the planning commission and everyone has done to do the UDC because I think it's great for our city, but I understand why, for this company in particular, that feels like a big hindrance, especially when they are so large.
I think it seems specific to this property. I mean, you know, it is, because it is set back and because of the square footage that it sits on and as far back from the road that it is, I could see the possibility of an exception being made.
And the
under
gas station
condition
sits in
that it's-
front of it.
Yeah, that it is an unusual property, it's a condition just to this property. Although, again, I agree and I do respect the work that the city does
Yeah.
to, you know, to look this over.
Y'all have thoughts?
I think those are valid points. I think we need to consider the 4 points and if they meet that. But I think those are valid points that you make. I don't have anything to add at this time. Is there any other comments from staff or the board? Okay, well, I would entertain a motion. Remember, we can either approve the request as presented, we can deny the case, or we can approve with certain modifications or conditions if you choose. So with that, I will open up for motions on this, on case number BOA 01-26.
I would make a motion to approve based on the fact that it seems to be conditional to this particular piece of property. And the surrounding area all being commercial as well,
Would you approve it as requested?
as requested.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the request of case number BOA 01-26 as presented by the plaintiffs today. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second. Is there any more discussion before we ask for a vote? None being said, could we have a vote?
All right. Austin?
Aye.
Kelly?
Aye.
Dyer, or not Dyer, sorry, it was still on my list. Nickerson?
Aye.
Hennan?
Nay.
All right, motion passes.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Is that all you need from me?
That's all we need.
Appreciate your time again.
So we move to item 4, Community Development Department updates.
So, dear Commissioners, I would like to bring to your attention a training opportunity for city commissioners, which will take place end of July, beginning in August, in Oklahoma City downtown. It is 4 consecutive Fridays, and I'm just giving you inside information because it haven't been announced publicly yet, but it will be. The training has a main sponsor, which is OG&E, so participation is completely free for you. They provide lunch, they provide the facility, they provide parking, because parking in OKC, it's not free anymore, unfortunately. So I highly encourage you, when the registration is open, I'll send you the link, look up to. And the main goal is for citizen commissioners to go through this training and receive certification from American Planning Association, Oklahoma chapter. We started this program last year. It was a pilot program, and we graduated 11 students, which they're throughout different communities in Oklahoma. But it was very well perceived. So I still receive referrals and questions from people, so highly encourage you.
have
The
dates?
room is small. It takes 15 people.
Oh, it's their boardroom downtown?
Yes. So think about it. Probably we'll start July 31st, which is the last Friday of July, and it will be 4 Fridays following. But once I send you the information, jump
I'd
into
like to
the
do that.
registration. Yes.
I just said I'd like to do that.
That's awesome. We would like all our commissioners to go through this planning training. There is a specific section of different teaching sessions that are designed for Board of Adjustments and planning commissions. There is additional information, but those are very core commissioners for every city government, so that's why I highly encourage you to go through those. Any questions on that?
Is it during the day?
Is it from 9 to 4? It's a
Okay.
whole
I'll
Friday.
block that time out.
Yes. Rather than that, I don't have anything else for you, unless you have questions for me.
Anybody have any questions?
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. We'll move on to agenda item number 5, that's board comments.
I just want to say the staff does such a great job. I know y'all have been understaffed for a long time, and you're doing a fantastic job with everything that you're juggling. Never not appreciative. Sometimes I feel like our job is hard because we're brought to look at things differently from y'all, and that's not always fun, but I'm very grateful for everything y'all do.
Thank you.
I would second that. I would say that's why I come serve, is because I appreciate what they're doing, and
Yeah,
I do what I can to help.
it's very thankless, the work that you do.
I would agree with that, definitely, so thank you.
Yeah. I've been on that side, so I know.
You know how it is.
Yes, I do.
You just get the angry calls, probably, just,
Well, then, thank you for coming to the meeting today. Thank you guys for your service too. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
It's good to be. Welcome to the board. And with that, it makes the time 3 o'clock, and I would make a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
I would second.
Okay, vote?
A vote is not
necessary
necessary
in
for
the
adjournment?
meeting.
Addendum, thank you for dragging me through this and keeping me on track.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll try to-
Congratulations, Frank, being selected as a vice chair.
Thank you, question mark?
We're so glad that you volunteered.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jessica.
I'm here to volunteer people for things. That's what I'm here for.